Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's the old guy Jack here. I just had a visit from a neighbor over in Iowa. He's from Iowa, I'm not. And he brought me a couple of bikes that he wants me to take a look at. So we're going to jump into these things and see what we can find. I've already done a couple of checks on them. Let me show you. This is a 1976, I think he said, DT250. Quite a bit like my 74 DT250. I don't know what changes it might have. It has very good compression, up around 115. And no spark whatsoever. I suspect it's therefore a points ignition. So we'll have to take a look at that. All the pieces are here. It's got a headlight. It's got the turn signals. One of them seems to be a little bit cattywampus here. We'll be able to fix that. That's not too hard. I suspect it smells pretty bad in here. It's been a number of years. This one's been in storage. And I don't know if you can see down there or not, but there's definitely some rust in there. So this one will be looking for a bout with evaporust, probably. Maybe some nuts and washers and screws. It's got a little rust on it, but nothing serious. Chain looks decent. Sprockets look decent. It's not rusty or anything here on the chain. What else we got here? Got a little crack in the front fender. Maybe can patch that up a little bit. I don't know. Just to keep it from getting worse. The carb's obviously been off of it because it has this type of clamp on it. Exhaust appears to be in good shape. Paint is excellent. That'll clean up real nice. As far as appearance goes, the back fender is about the only thing that's, well, in the light here. See if there's anything under the seat. No toolbox. I don't believe that's original, no, and it's a taped up. We'll probably do something with that. I don't know if you can see that or not. So I guess we'll get with it. I think the first thing we need to do is get that cover off, check them points, and see if we can maybe just easily get some spark. Alrighty, let's get in here a little bit. I think we're going to take this flywheel off. It's kind of rusted up a bit. So that'll be a 19. That came off pretty easy. Now we got to try and get those washers out of there. I don't think there's much magnetism in this tool I got. There's some. Let's see if we can get under it there. Oh, shucks. Let's go for our trusty pocket knife. Everybody needs a pocket knife. You grow up on a farm, everybody's got a pocket knife. Always had a pocket knife. There we go, we got that one out. I don't see a second one in there. This is the lock washer. So, let's put our puller in there. Let's just yank this off. No problem. Yeah, we're going to subject that to some time at the wire brush, I think. So, I'll be back. Well, that looks a little bit better, doesn't it? I hope you can see that. Alright, let's see what we got here. How's the coils look? Coils look good. I'm a little concerned about the stator plate. And I'm sure the points are just totally crudded up. I was concerned the way this turns up on the outside edge here, but looking at it a little closer, it's turned up on the inside edge too, so I think it's just cruddy points. I think if we clean those up and put the flywheel back on and give it a kick, we're going to have good spark. So let me get at that. Alright, we need to do the Mortski flick on that. And give it a little shot of brake clean. And put our newly cleaned alright. That's about a Mortski flick, isn't it? I guess. Alright, well, let's ground it here, okay? And if them points are closed, that should be ground. And it seems to be. Let's see if we open it. Oh, it's still ground. And it's going through the coil. And I don't think it makes much difference. We go down here. My ground fell off. I don't know. I don't see any difference. Points open or points closed. You get 2 ohms up there probably at the ignition coil to ground. So that'll probably make that light light. I need to get a meter on it and check that. I'm pretty sure it's good. There's no breaks in the coil here, although there is some rocks that are falling out of here. Imagine that, somebody's been riding this bike in the dirt. Oh, that's what it's for, isn't it? All right, we're gonna put a meter on that. Okay, hook this to ground, turn this to ohms, see what we got. Should be close to 0. It is 0, or 0.3 maybe. That could be the leads themselves. If we open the points, it doesn't change. Alright, I put it back on. Let's turn this over and see if we might have spark there. My resistance readings are terrible. Alright, let's make sure we got everything turned on that needs to be turned on. We don't. Key is on. Kill switch is off. Nothing. There is something wrong. All right. So I did have the flat washer up there. So we put that on, and we'll tighten this little guy down. Oops. It may not have been on all the way. All right, let's make sure that we're on. Nothing. Pretty sure it's shorted. I mean, it's pretty sure the Alright. Thing is, you can't see what the hell you're doing through this hole. Let's see if we can figure out if we're at top dead center or not. All right. Trying to make sure I got a gap on those points. And I'm just not seeing it. I need a little bit smaller screwdriver. And there you have it, folks. I got to the point. I got the points. I cleaned them with sandpaper instead of my nice little diamond file that I had. And I got continuity through the points. But when I turned the flywheel so the piston was at top dead center and tried to adjust the points for their 0.3 millimeters, I think it is, gap, you could turn the adjustment all the way from one end to the other and it would never open the points at all. Now that usually means that the little thing, the rubber, the fiber part of the points that rides on the cam, which is part of the flywheel, that usually means that that's worn down so much that you can't get your adjustment anymore. So it's time for some new points. And while I'm at it, I guess I'll replace the condenser. It's not a lot much more money. I found points for like $15. I don't know if they're genuine. I don't think they are. I think they're aftermarket. But the OEM points, if I go to Partzilla and look, I think it was $70 or something like that for a set of points. And that's just ridiculous. So I actually ordered 3 sets of points because you never know. I like to have a little stock. And I ordered a couple of condensers. I don't have any, and I used my last one on my DT250. And so I like to have a couple of those around too. So when those parts come in, why we'll get them in, and hopefully that will give us some spark. And then we can continue on. I think I'll work on the gas tank of this thing tomorrow and start getting that, because it's going to have to sit with the evaporust in it for 2 or 3 days probably. And so I want to get that going. I might put some nuts and bolts and stuff in it and throw it around a little bit and see if we can break some of the rust loose a little. So I will see you in the next one. Don't know when that'll be. Maybe in a couple of days, maybe 3 days. And or maybe I'll be working on one of my other projects that I got going here. I got so many of them, I just can't keep track. I'll see you in the next one. Please like and subscribe.